that feeling of, am I ready? Is your ego, is your subconscious mind going, no, you're not ready. Listen to another episode, research another article, talk to another doctor, talk to another whatever. And all of that is here pushing you. This is all the things that you get to work through to get to the other side where you have tried ketamine and then you have a lived experience of what it is like for you. All right, my YouTube people, this is a quick video to remind you that this video that you're about to see is not formatted for YouTube. It is simply a video recording of me recording for the Ketamine Connections podcast. Who am I? I am your ketamine coach. My name is Anna Kristal. I've been running this show for over a year. I'm so excited you're here. And let's get into this episode where you're going to get a pep talk, whatever you're going through, to get into the mode of feeling good about doing ketamine. That is what we cover in today's episode. And I really hope you enjoy. And leave a comment below because it's just more fun for me when I see the comments roll in. And if this is valuable, then I know that this is something that you want more of. Ketamine Connections, welcome back. My name is Anna Kristal. I am your ketamine coach. You're my KC crew. I announced that in an earlier episode. That is my internal name for you. I'm so excited you're here. This episode is an episode that was inspired by a client session that I recently had. And here's what happened. We were in the session and we were talking about changes that this client is going to make, ways to transform their life, ways that they are going to show up differently. Because if you want different results, you cannot keep showing up the same way. What is the quote that I love? Old ways won't open new doors. So I'm in the session, we're talking about the changes, and the client says, wow, this really isn't going to be easy. And I said, yeah, it's not going to be easy. And you know what? It wouldn't be interesting to you if it were easy. You wouldn't want it if it were easy. Think about the things that are easy. Fast food is easy. Is that nutritious? No. Sitting on the couch in a Netflix binge is easy. Is that fulfilling? No. All of the things that have the results that you have that you don't like are probably the things that are easy. And that's why you want something different. And so something that I really use in my life and that I do a lot with my clients is pep talks. As your ketamine coach, a pep talk is, it's that conversation that I have with you right before a big game. It's that reminder that you're capable of so much more than you think of, because on this side, before you take the action, before you do the brave thing, you're one version of yourself. And after you step through the fear, after you get to the other side, guess what? You're a different version of yourself. And we all need that little push to get us to the other side. I have a coach. I have multiple coaches. I have multiple sources of pep talks in my life. And so today's episode is a pep talk for you if you are considering ketamine and you're in that uncertainty. I hope it's uplifting to you. Again, this is something that I do in my client work all the time. It's something that I do with my personal life all the time. And it's something that I feel is so important. This boost in energy, this boost in confidence, this reminder of like, hey, yeah, this is hard and I'm going to do the hard thing. Hard things are hard, right? We've talked about on the show so many times. Change is hard. Your subconscious mind is hardwired to keep you exactly where you are. And exactly where you are is not where you want to be. So this episode is for you to get a boost of confidence, to get a reminder that you're capable of so much more than you think you are. And it's something that I want to put out in the public because on the other side of this recording, I'm going to actually sit down and record a whole bunch of these for the ketamine preparation protocol so that they're available to my KPP crew, so that they have one before and a whole bunch after, because I cannot understate the value and importance of a good pep talk. My life has been transformed by tuning into pep talks, by having a conversation with myself, by reminding myself that, yeah, this is hard and I can do the hard thing and I'm going to move forward. So without further ado, let's get into the pep talk. You've done a lot of research. You have been researching clinics. You've been researching at-home ketamine. You've been researching all of the different ways to consume ketamine and different stories about ketamine. Maybe you've tuned into multiple episodes of this podcast and you have so much information. You have information from different guests. You have different information from other episodes that talk about how to consume ketamine, how to prepare for ketamine, what to do after ketamine. You're so equipped with so much information, and yet you have no idea what is going to happen when you're actually in the ketamine. And I've said it so many times on this show that even the best psychonauts, when we go into any psychedelic journey, we have no idea what is about to happen. And we live in a society where we are so conditioned to know exactly what is going to happen. What happens after first grade, second grade? What happens after middle school, high school? We are conditioned and patterned and raised to pretend to live in this society where we are supposed to know everything that happens. And so to get to this place in your journey where you have no idea what's going to happen, you have no idea why all of the things you have tried have not gotten you the results that you want. You have no idea how ketamine is going to help you. You have no idea what the ketamine is going to be like. Of course, there is questions. Of course, there is uncertainty. Of course, there is this mysterious unknown that you are entering that you have no idea how it's going to go. And stepping into the mystery, stepping into the unknown is a whole other skill set, just like any other skill set you have. Once upon a time, you had to learn how to walk. Once upon a time, you had to learn how to pull up a YouTube video or listen to this on a podcast platform. Once upon a time, you had to learn how to use a smartphone or how to operate an elevator or a car or anything else. And I'm here to tell you that stepping into the mystery, navigating the unknown, transforming your life is a skill set that you are now actively cultivating and practicing and developing. How cool is that? All of us have different experiences with learning something new. There are times where learning something new is exciting. There's times where learning something new is daunting. And maybe you're feeling a mix of all of that emotion right now. Maybe you're feeling all the things: excited, nervous, joyous, terrified, hopeful, desperate. All of these feelings can coexist. And as a matter of fact, they probably are, because you are on the precipice of something finally working. And I don't know how long you've been on this journey of things not working for you. So let's just take a breath together, like literally right now. Let's take a big breath in through the nose. Exhale, let it go. Let's be in the acknowledgement that there is a lot happening right now. There's probably a part of you that feels so ready for this, so ready to feel better, so ready to make the changes in your life that you know you want to make, that you've been trying to make for years, so ready to step into a new identity, to see the world from a new perspective. And there's probably a part of you that is doubting, is that even possible? A part of you that is uncertain if this is going to work for you. A part of you that is saying, don't even bother, because why would this work when everything else hasn't? All of those parts are coexisting in you right now, and they're all valid. They're all messengers, and they're all honestly here to help you tune into the vastness of what is happening. And the thing that is happening is that you're stepping into the unknown. You're moving into the psychedelic model of healing that is different from anything that you have tried before. And if you're here and you're questioning, am I ready? Is this going to work? Those are the exact right questions, because the subconscious mind hates change. We talk about this all the time here on Ketamine Connections. The subconscious mind is hardwired for efficiency. It likes the status quo, even when that status quo is, quite frankly, misery. It wants to keep you in that sameness. And so that feeling of, am I ready, is your ego, is your subconscious mind going, no, you're not ready. Listen to another episode, research another article, talk to another doctor, talk to another whatever. And all of that is here pushing you. This is all the things that you get to work through to get to the other side, where you have tried ketamine and then you have a lived experience of what it is like for you. This part of you that is so uncomfortable, that wants all the answers, cannot even fathom that you can go into an experience so unprepared, right? Because as many answers as you have, you do not have the answer of how it's going to go. Every single ketamine session is going to be different. You are stepping into something that is unknown. And that part of you that wants to have all the answers, that wants to be super prepared, that part is so valid. And that part, I'm here to tell you, is insatiable. You are never going to satiate lived experience with theory. Everything that we discuss on this show is theory. When you start working with ketamine, that's when you get to put it into practice. That's when everything starts to click. So the part of you that wants all the answers, the best way to give it the answer is to actually go into ketamine, have a lived experience, have the exact right experience that you're meant to have, and then observe yourself work through it. The version of you that is on the other side of ketamine is the part of you that has all of the answers that you are on this side seeking. I can look up the best tacos in town and I can imagine what those tacos taste like. I can compare it to all the other tacos that I've ever eaten in my whole life. I can read all of the reviews about how these tacos are so tender and so flavorful and so exotic and so different. And until I get over to that taco place and consume those tacos, I don't have the answers. And that is exactly what you're on the precipice of when you are considering ketamine. You're going to have an experience with ketamine that is unlike any experience that you've had before. And that is exactly what is going to inspire you to change. That is exactly why change is going to happen so much faster, not just from the neuroplasticity that the ketamine upticks and gives you access to change your brain and change your life and transform and do the hard things easier. But the version of you that steps through this fear and actually goes and does it, that's a different version of you. That's a version of you that's had a lived experience of something new. That's a version of you that can navigate the unknown, can navigate the mystery. That's the version of you that says, I've stepped through fear. I'm freaking brave. I'm freaking powerful. I walked through the fire. I came out the other side. And now I have answers to share with the world. And now I have so much more experience because I did the thing. I did the research. I made the pros and cons list. I found the place where to do ketamine. And then through all the doubt, all the uncertainty, all of the feelings that I'm feeling, I went and I did it. I'm brave, I'm courageous, and that is the part of you that you get to meet on the other side of this. So if this feels big and it feels scary and it feels daunting, that's exactly right. And that's exactly what you get to step through to get to your transformation. I know you got this. I know you can do this. And I can't wait to meet you on the other side. And as a reminder, if you need more resources, if you need more support, that is exactly why the ketamine preparation protocol exists. It's in the show notes. Check it out. And I'll see you in there. Hey friends, thank you so much for joining me today on Ketamine Connections. I hope that this episode inspired you. I hope that it uplifted you. And I hope it just expanded your mind in some way with some perspective shift. We have been running this show for over a year now, which is incredible. And after more than 50 episodes, we have so many different resources to offer you. And we took all of those resources, we put it into one place called the Ketamine Starter Portal. Check that out in the show notes. Everything you need is there. All of our guides, anything that we've talked about on the show is in that portal. And it's also the best way to get in contact with me since we are not allowed to talk about psychedelics on social media. Being on the email list is the best way to get updates, to get all of the information that you need, and to stay in touch. So I really hope to see you in there.